guys, this is Katie Shorey with Songwriters Vantage. We're here at the Taxi Road Rally 2011, standing here with the one and only Jay Frank, songwriter extraordinaire, author, advocate for songwriters. We just heard him speak at a panel with Ralph Murphy, and it was amazing. And hi, Jay, and thank you for. Are you having fun here at the rally?
I'm having a blast, Katie. Thank you so much.
You've been so accessible to the songwriters and the artists, and we really appreciate that because they can learn a lot from you. And for the few of you who may not know Jay, just let us know a little bit about what got you into this and what led you to the career you're at.
Sure. I basically have just always been a fan of music, and I've always really wanted to do a lot with music. That led me to a career where I ran music for Yahoo for a while, and then did CMT, and I ran music strategy for them. And now I've started up my own record label, and in the process I've also written 2 books, which has just been fun. Because to me, like you said, it's like I really want to be accessible because I like giving back to artists and musicians. It's the only way we're going to grow this business.
Well, especially nowadays, right? I mean, there's so many. Okay, so starting from working with Yahoo Music and all of that, and I'm sure you've seen, where it's at now. I mean, do you have an idea of, is there hope, is what I'm trying to say, and where might songwriters want to try to focus their attention?
Well, there's plenty of hope. I mean, the thing right now is there's a lot more digital outlets, and we're now turned a corner in terms of those outlets actually able to pay the creators. And it's become a little bit more challenging because the floodgates are down, and there's 3,000 albums being released each week. So that's very, very difficult.
Independent albums.
Independent and major all together. It's very difficult to get heard. However, it's easier than ever to get out there. And one of the things that's very important is you just have to make sure that you're making your song adaptable so that it's more likely to be embraced when it's heard and discovered digitally. And then you have to go through all the techniques to be able to make sure you're marketing it, utilizing social networks, utilizing all the people that you know to make sure that the word gets out so people know your song is out there.
Amen. And for licensing, and do you help artists with that kind of thing?
I don't specifically help with licensing. I try to help them to create the story to make it easier to license. To me, the important thing is, how do you use the internet? A lot of people go and say, okay, I know I have to put my music online. I know I have to use Facebook. I know I have to use Twitter. But they don't really know exactly what to do with that. And so a lot of what I try to tell people is, how exactly do you use social networks? How exactly do you make your song more accessible within those environments? And that's what my books talk about. It's about, Future Hit DNA, Hack Your Hit, my 2 books. These are ones that really talk about how to actually get that music more likely to be heard. Because if you think about it, there's, with 3,000 albums released each week, if you just do a little bit of effort, you can basically put yourself in the top 10%, and then all of a sudden, now you're closer than ever to be able to actually making it something that people want to hear.
Well, that's wonderful news. Do you have, and the name of the book, the 2 books currently that you're doing?
My first book is Future Hit DNA. It's a #1 songwriting book on Amazon. It's all about how the structure of hit songs has changed, so digital technology, because digital technology has changed the way people discover music. My next book, which comes out in February, is called Hack Your Hit, and it's all free and cheap marketing tips for musicians. How exactly can you use the web to gain that extra advantage over everyone else?
Why not, except from someone who ran Yahoo Music, right?
Small little thing,
Little something. You may have a little knowledge on that. Any 30-second sneaky peek tidbit tips for songwriters from the book?
Sure. I mean, I think, one of the things I talk about in Future Hit DNA is about you need to impress people in 7 seconds. People right now have a short attention span, and all songs, when people discover them online, whether it's YouTube, MySpace, or Pandora, or any other place, when they discover music, they're discovering it from the beginning. So everything starts from the beginning of the song, and then with that, they don't give the song a lot of chance. So that's why you see a lot of short intros in songs. It's about really grabbing somebody in the first 10 seconds and then not letting go. And then in my new book, Hack Your Hit, a lot of the stuff I talk about is they're just little tidbits about how to utilize Facebook and Google and Twitter and things like that. And it's really about how do you not just find fans, but how do you find the right fans? How you can actually use Twitter search in a way that's very effective to not only find the people that are going to like your music, but do it in a way that's actually going to take advantage of the limited time that artists and songwriters have to be able to get their music heard.
Oh, it's so important. I know I'm getting that book. It comes out in February, right? And then they can find you at your website.
Yes. Yeah, you can. My book website is Future Hit DNA.
Future Hit DNA.
And we also have our record label, Dig Sin. It's our little devil back here, and DigSyn is short for digital single, and it's a digital single label. And if you,
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
yeah, well, it's a lot of fun. It's a new way of being able to get music out there, and I think it's something that's more important for songwriters and artists who are looking for that exposure mechanism. You have to think about marketing differently. So you go to digsyn.com, and anybody can be able to sign up. All you got to do is give your email address, and we'll send you all of our releases for free for life. It's an amazing deal.
Now, how do you? Okay, wow, that's amazing. So look. So what? I mean, you're looking for artists to then give their? You've got a deal where you're spreading their music, the people you represent. You're spreading their music to the fans. Is that?
Well,
right?
what we're doing is we're signing artists and songs just like a traditional deal, although we're doing it different.
Single song deals.
Yeah, we're signing short-term deals. We don't sign you for 10 years and all that kind of stuff. But what we do is that while we're giving away the songs for free, that's just the start. The reality is that we use those analytics from our database to be able to understand who exactly is liking the music, and then we can more effectively market that artist and that songwriter's music so that it can generate sales on iTunes, generate plays on Spotify, generate plays on YouTube, things that will actually generate the big money. So it's utilizing those free downloads as a starting point to get information to better market the music to the audience that needs it.
It's amazing. That's what it's all about these days, Jay. And he said, okay, 18 more months he's predicting for our recession here. So, but there is, I love listening to what you were saying about, just on a songwriting note, for someone to perhaps be lucky enough to score a single song deal with you, what are you looking for? And you were even going into what types of songs and,
I'm looking for one genre, and that's the genre of great. This is when you get this many records released in a given week, good songs just don't cut the mustard anymore, and people really need to just spend time figuring out, how do I make my song great? What can I put the extra effort to writing that song so it's so fantastic and so different from every other song. Writing a song that sounds like other songs that have been there and done that is not going to work anymore. You have to go to that extra level, and those are the things that we're looking for. The genre is, at that point, is irrelevant.
I love it. And then you expect them to have had it professionally recorded and ready to go before you find them, correct?
Well, it certainly helps that it's actually recorded in a way. Professional is it's a term that is subjective to some degree, but it definitely needs to be commercially viable. We'll help with mixing and mastering to make sure that it really gets to that level. But that's part of our job, is to make it marketable. At the end of the day, a record company should be an effective marketing company, and that's what we're looking to be.
Sweet. We love it, and that's really wonderful. And Jay, stay in again. Website.
FutureHitDNA.com as well as DigSyn.com.
You guys heard it here, and he is going to possibly listen to your songs if you go to the website. But check out these books; they're amazing. And Jay, hugs. You're the best. I just love listening to you talk, and Taxi, we loves having you here. For now, Katie Shorey with Songwriters Vantage signing off from the Taxi Road Rally 2011. Jay Frank, everybody. Thank you, Jay. Bye, guys.